And for me, I was convinced I have the skill. So
what is holding you back?
What is left? Just time, yeah? Time and capital. And then yeah, and then I got the $100. It did take me so long.
How long did it take for you to lose?
I remember very, very well the first day in our bed sitter with my cousin. The first day, I woke up at 4 a.m. to trade the session or whatever. I don't know that it's 4 or 3 a.m. I was in Gizilisha because I have $100. Like I know how real money.
Yeah, the other guy.
So I woke up early because I could not sleep.
Hello traders, welcome back to another episode of the Traders Show. Today we're joined by a guest who will later introduce himself and what he does, but he's basically a trader. So we're going to look into his trading journey, how far he's come. We've known him, I've known him for some time. I knew him around in 2020 there. I think 4 years later, fate has brought us back together. So we're going to have an interesting episode that we're going to share with you. But before we start, some words for our sponsor. So this episode is proudly brought to you by FundedNext, the world's biggest prop trading platform. They're changing the trading game with features like 15% profit share from the challenge, Pace, and giving you $1,000 extra if you don't receive your payout within 24 hours. I don't think there's any other prop firm that guarantees you that, especially on the payout side, which is something that we've seen very many prop firms struggle with. So with that said, you guys check out FundedNext. The links will be in the description. You can check out the offers they have, the models that they have, and see which trading journey or which path you'll take when it comes to the prop firm. So with that said, I'll pass it on to my co-hosts to introduce themselves.
Hello traders. Greetings again. Very happy again to be here for another episode. As Kenna said, we have a guest for today. I'm also very interested in listening to his journey. As Kenna said also, he knew us back in 2020. And now he's here again to, share his story. So a lot of traders have been asking for us to bring other traders and, let's engage with other people. And that is what we are willing and happy to do. Chatting with traders and giving you guys trading content. I hope you can enjoy this episode. If you enjoy it, please share with your friends and family. My name's Taras Lawi, and I'll let Caleb introduce himself.
Yeah, so as Taras has said, my name is Caleb, the third of the three musketeers. Welcome back to our show. So today we have another guest, and we'll be talking a lot about markets and also catching up with him. Like Taras said, we met Kitambo. I think one thing that we've also learned out here in business, even just trading, get yourself out there. You never know who you'll meet, and have good rapport also. Don't discriminate anyone. Start well. Talk to people, chat, network. And in the long term, we always meet somewhere. You never know where you'll meet. So, yeah. So the guest will introduce himself, but I'm excited to be here. We'll catch up, see a few stories of how the journey has been in the last couple of years, how he started, how he got into trading. And trust you me, we've been seeing a lot of traders. We've been talking to traders, and we'll be bringing a lot of them more here this year in the podcast so that you can get insights from them as well, not just from us, because we also believe other traders have a lot to share. They have their own experience, and a lot of you can resonate with it, which is what we want to do by building the trading community in Kenya professionally. So that's it from me. Karibu, our guest. You can introduce yourself.
Thank you. What's up, guys? My name is Rick. I'm a Forex trader. I've been trading for about 5 full years. This is my 6th year in trading. I currently also manage funded accounts just like the rest of the guys here, and I'm still in my prop firm journey. I also run a few social media pages where I share content about trading from YouTube, Instagram, and some of you might have already have seen my pages. So basically, that's just what I do for now. Trading in the prop firm space specifically, and trying to also build a community of traders by just sharing knowledge about trading to assist those who are trying to come up. Basically, yeah.
Here at Financial Hub, we offer the first 2 classes of our masterclass for free. In the first class, Introduction to Trading, you learn the initial overview of the concepts, principles, and practices involved in trading. In the second class, Fundamental Analysis, you learn the underlying factors driving supply and demand in the markets. You can get in touch with us by calling the number below or filling the form in the description box. Or you can visit our offices at Lavington Mall, Chandarana Building, 4th floor, office number 401.
Karibu.
Asante.
Welcome back. The last time we met was when?
I think 2020 or 2021.
It was in our office, yeah?
Yeah, in your office.
The
back
small
in
one. It was the
CBD.
small one.
Yeah,
The one, the 3-man office.
Yeah, the 3-man office.
Yeah, so I remember that time.
So I've seen you guys growing, yeah?
Yeah. Which is good. At least we're doing the right thing, all
Yeah,
of us,
yeah,
and
true,
keeping
true,
it going. So how did you get introduced to Forex? How did you start?
Yeah.
How did you know the Forex world exists, and what pushed you to jump into it?
Yeah, so actually it's a very long story, so I can't summarize it now. But I'll just say, I think when I was in high school, about Form 1 or Form 2, I knew a guy who I used to see him looking at his laptop, and his laptop had these graphs, right? So I never understood what the graphs were, but I just...
In school or?
High school.
Yeah, you seen the other person
yes.
in school?
Yeah. No. So when I was in high school, when I would come back home for the holidays, it's
Okay.
a close person in the family.
Okay,
I
so
would see him on his laptop,
yeah.
looking at some graphs, and I used to imagine maybe it's a course that he was taking at school.
Yeah.
So when I finished high school, then I joined campus. I just had this drive to want to achieve more, to just live more than an average life. And I knew very, very well that as much as I took economics in campus, but I knew very well from first year that as much as I'm taking economics, it might not really give me the kind of life that I see, people living, or maybe the life that I wanted. So I was pursuing the course at the same time. I had my own interest to just learn something else on the side. So then I remember the same guy, and back then now, when I was in first year, he was doing very, very well. He was doing very, very well. He was living large. So I wondered, what was this guy doing? So I talked to him again, and he told me what he does is called Forex. So now I understood the graphs that he looks at. It's called Forex. So I asked him, how does someone start? He told me, first of all, I think I had a very nice introduction to Forex, because he told me from the word go, this is not an easy thing. Even when he introduced me, I think he knew I'm just one of those guys who ask, then I'll never go anywhere. So he was just like, this is not an easy thing. So he wasn't even trying to lure me to become a trader. Yeah. But I insisted, I pushed him. So when I went back home after meeting the guy, he sent me Baby Pip's website, and he told me, I also asked him, how long did it take you to become successful? He told me it took him about 3 to 3.5 years before he could understand what he's doing. So that's why I'm saying I had a very nice introduction to trading, because from the word go, I knew, okay, this guy took a whole 3.5 years. Unlike many traders who come now, and they've already seen someone with a car, and all they think is, how can I get to that level? So for me, I already had the mindset that, okay, this thing can take as long as 3.5 years, maybe even more. So he sent me Baby Pips, and that's how I started. He sent me Baby Pips. We didn't talk much, because again, I was just pushing him, but I think he just thought I'm one of these guys who's just disturbing. But after sending me Baby Pips, I spent a whole month on Baby Pips, pushed through all those lessons. I think Baby Pips has about 300 lessons, if I'm not wrong. I pushed until about lesson 270 or 80 within like a month. I was sitting on at my place every day, studying Baby Pips, taking notes.
Still in campus?
Yeah, I'm still now.
So
I'm in first year.
Are you going to school?
So actually,
if you're spending a month finishing a whole course.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. So let me say this. You see, the transition between first year to second year, we had 1 month of holiday.
Okay.
So first year just ended. We were about to get into second year. So we had a full month of holiday. I think it was somewhere August or September, I can't remember. So that 1 month, I was sitting at home every day, studying through the Baby Pips, taking notes, looking at my laptop, all those things. So that's how the whole journey of trading started. And then, of course, from there, I also had the excitement, tried to, Baby Pips teaches you everything. So you learn even indicators there, something like stochastic, it tells you above 80 oversold. So, no, I mean above 80 overbought.
Yeah.
So you sell and vice versa. So I tried practicing those things, very excited, but it didn't take me so long to realize that,
there's
they're
nothing
not the way, the way they look. But from a start, in terms of how I just knew Forex and how I got introduced, it's something like that, yeah.
Okay.
And just as a refresher, just a quick one.
Yeah.
Which indicators do you remember?
I remember
Learning from Baby Pips.
In fact, I remember my favorite. I backtested moving average for like 2 or 3 months. I backtested moving average. I had a book where I wrote down January did this, assuming you are
So you're looking
you
at
look for
the
50
cross?
pips. Yeah, crossover.
The moving average.
Crossover. Yeah. In fact, I was trying different combinations. For example, the 15 EMA and whatever SMA, 15 and 7, and then you look at the 50. Just trying different combinations. Yeah. Then I backtested it for like a whole 2 or 3 months. Then something I also didn't mention is as I was doing these things, I was living in a certain bed sitter somewhere in South B, and I was living with a cousin of mine. And because I was doing these things, he was also interested. So he also started learning Forex. So after backtesting, I remember I showed him my results, and I was like, bro, this thing is going to make us money. Because the results were very nice from the backtest. With the average. But again, you see, after I've grown now, I've realized there are so many things I didn't factor in. Back then, I didn't even understand what an edge was. I didn't understand the importance of factoring in fundamentals in your trading, how all those things. So I was just backtesting, looking at crossover. I also didn't understand how the indicators lag. So you backtest and you see crossover, you buy. Hey, you go to the real market, the crossover happens, but you didn't see the buy. Slowly. It's very slow. Then if you come and look 3 hours later, no, the buy was there, but in the real market you didn't see it. So it didn't take me so long to realize that this thing wasn't that easy. But that's just how I started
Apart
trading.
from moving average.
Moving average, stochastic, this one called Ichimoku, whatever.
Ichimoku, Kinko.
And then there's another one which has, I don't know, it has like 3 dots above and 3 dots
Parabolic.
below.
SAR.
Parabolic SAR. So I tried, I think those are the indicators I can remember. Literally.
RSI.
RSI also, RSI.
ATR.
Then we have the MACD, MACD or
MACD,
whatever.
yes.
MACD, all
Moving
those
average,
things.
convergence, divergence.
Pivot points, I actually never tried them because you see, by the time I came across pivot points, it was like over 1 or 2 years in trading, and back then indicators ilikuwa zimenipiga kabisa.
Sasa ilikuwa utaki indicator yote
if I just see anything, you add a tool, I don't want a tool. I just wanted everything price action. I just wanted you to tell me how you can deal price. I got tired with the idea of you can add this tool and I had seen it. So I came across pivot points quite later after indicators had really harassed me.
So before we go deep into the technicals and all that, a little bit before to talk South B, because as we've experienced, we were together also, bedsitters, all that. Now on your side, how was the relation as you're learning with school and your parents and family? What was? Did you get any friction?
I think I got friction in school, not with parents, simply because parents had no issue. Parents are paying for you fees in Tuk. I mean, I was in Tuk actually.
Oh, you're in Tuk?
Yeah, and I just finished last year. I was in Tuk.
I was also in Tuk.
Yeah, the difference that
you knew you also in Tuk.
Difference is that you didn't finish. I know you guys. Even when I came to office last time, we shared about this stuff, but it's a while back. So I was in Tuk. I just finished last year, but I'll say there was no friction with my parents because my parents are back at home. They've sent me to school. As long as they know I'm in school, they're okay. But now you see, kwa ground, I was busy now chasing these markets, trying to understand. So the friction was with the academics because this thing was really eating me up. And I think just from my young age, I had this desire to to put it directly, I wanted this luxurious life. And I just knew from the word go, this life won't come from books. So as much as I was in books and they'd pass very well. I knew literally from first year.
You didn't have that urge, let me leave school.
So you did it for your
hey man, hey. Where I come from, you don't go home and you hata ingekuwa worse. You'd rather be in school and maneuver and act as if you go to class. Hey, no. That possibility doesn't exist in my mind. No.
Your idea iko kwa akili.
I also think you guys no. You see, I also think you guys, the fact that you are 3 of you, maybe it was easier. But just man solo to at I'm leaving school. Where am I going? Then where am I going? Actually, no.
Makes sense.
Actually, no, a friend who was also doing Forex in school, and he also knew Forex through me, and he quit school. And I'll just tell you for free right now, we started campus together. He went back to campus last year, the same Tuk. So right now he should be graduating about maybe next year or the other year. And we started the same year. He quit school because of Forex and basically entrepreneurship. So I'll just say you guys have some luck. You guys have some luck, but it's not something that...
At here, we don't encourage people that leave school.
True.
Follow your own path.
Where you come?
So actually, to just come back to the question,
Yeah.
I had friction with my academics because I was focusing so much on trading, and I had that drive inside me that I want to live a certain life. And again, after growing, a lot of things have changed. I no longer look at life the same. I still want that life, but nowadays I've just matured. In Tambo, it got all about it's.
So at first,
you want
what
a car,
pushed you was lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle.
So did you used to
lifestyle.
spend time on YouTube watching lifestyle traders?
A lot. In fact, I remember the traders who were back then, guys like in a Cubans. I think you might, they were posting Lambos and they were like
Those days, did you used to see Astro Effects?
Astro Effects, yeah.
I don't know
Astro
what
Effects
happened to
and
them.
Surely,
Those guys, because I keep telling new traders, if you didn't find Astro,
Kwanza before
yo,
when juzi.
Astro was the thing worldwide, not just Kenya. They used to go South Africa.
Astro Effects,
US.
Sean Lee and this guy called Amanat. In fact, true story, there's a guy who conned me using Amanat. There's a guy who conned me $150, I think, in my second year of trading. The guy had a Lambo on his DP, and it was Amanat, but I never knew it wasn't the real Amanat. So after the guy conning me, and I was very sad and he blocked me, 2 weeks later, I came across the real Amanat on Instagram. And it was like, the guy who conned me had like 2K followers. This Amanat is now the real one. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had friction with school. I really never had a balance. I won't lie to you. I didn't have a balance. In fact,
Friends?
It affected even my social life. Because this thing literally gets into your head. Another thing is, you see, when you want something so bad, it's only you who knows. Nobody wants that thing. So ukiwa campus, most of your peers are partying, are drinking, wanacheza FIFA kila siku. Hakuna shida na FIFA, lakini kutoka tu asubuhi, unaona, even ndo watu wengi wa campus wako. So ukionekana you have this mindset of you're just on your own league of hustle, you are trying to push things. People try to tell you, sitakuwa na pressure, relax, nini. So I lost even the social life. Siwezi hang out now, I say, because the thing they want to do, my mind is not there. So I lost the social life for a while. Ili distract. I was very, very broke. My mom could send me upkeep, but all the money, deposit, broker, blow.
Gone.
Yeah. So...
But he taught you the lessons.
Yeah, he taught me the lesson. I think that's
no regrets.
No regrets.
So what was your first account, your first real account?
My first real account was $100 and it wasn't mine. It was a student who had got help loan and he was my friend.
Help.
Yeah, help.
So you told this guy, let me help you
and the guy knew nothing
multiply.
about Forex. So he told him, I've been learning this thing and I know it and it can make money and you can see. And I showed him my demo. And the demo was doing well. Yeah. So I was very
So
convinced.
this guy decided he was going to give
This
you
guy
money.
gave me 10,000. Back then, 10,000 was literally about $100.
Yeah,
Right now,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a whole different story with the dollar. But back then, it was about this kitambo. Like, I don't know. I started trading in 2018. This is about 2019 or something. This is what it is a kitambo, sir. So gave me like $100. I put in the account and I was telling him, we're gonna become rich from this thing at the end of the year. Long term. Yeah, and mine was very long term.
With $100.
And I think what really messed up my mind is I used to focus on these compound interest calculators. So I will tell him, if you can make $20 a day, then at the end of the month you make this. In accumulate. So at the end of the year, you're supposed to have made like, I don't know, some thousands of dollars. Some $6,000-$7,000 at the end of the year from just a mere $100. And for me, I was convinced I have the skill. So
what is holding you back?
What is left? Just time, yeah? Time and capital. And then and then I got the $100. It didn't take me so long.
How long did it take for you to
I
lose
remember
it?
very, very well the first day in our bed sitter with my cousin. The first day, I woke up at 4 a.m. to trade Asian session or whatever. I don't know that it's 4 or 3 a.m. Now, Singizi Lisha because I have $100. Like, I know how real money.
You're a good guy.
So I woke up early because I could not sleep. Because the whole night I was waiting for morning to come so that
You
I can
trade.
start trading with my $100 and make some real money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... I think that day I made $40. I was very happy. Then
Hey, you woke up.
it's
You
true.
woke up and made 40.
I made $40 that,
Hey, you
but
had
I
luck.
entered very many trades. I was opening. I didn't know how to calculate position size. I didn't know
Uliingia
anything.
tu.
Unaingia tu 0.02. Ikiingia $2 close, -1 close, just
Okay.
like that.
Add.
Yeah, add whatever minus. By around 8 a.m. I'd made $40. I went to sleep. I was supposed to go to class.
Hapo ulijua umemake it.
I knew I'd made it. So I woke up.
Sasa kwa
I woke
sababu
up at
yako
about-
ya $20 a day ulikuwa day 3 already.
So day one I've done $40. So I was very happy. I remember I remember now talking with my cousin and I was like, yeah, we might end up even achieving more than
We expected.
So what happened is That $40, that's probably the last day I made money on that account. The first and the last day. Within the next day, it started going
Down.
minus. Ilirudi paka tena 40. From 140, it came back to now positive 40. So lots of 100. Yeah, within the same week. Yeah, within the same week. So
Within the same week.
at the end of the week, I was at about $20. Then I realized.
So did you tell?
Yeah.
Did you tell the investor?
No, I'll tell you. See, this guy knew nothing about Forex. So I would even just show him screenshots and I was like, yeah, you see, the markets are up and down, but the guy knew nothing about trading. Even the MT4 platform, he knew nothing. I was just telling him. Then, he was like my buddy. He was just like my fellow guy in campus. Yeah, just a good friend, just a young guy like me. So he would understand, but you see, eventually, it didn't take him long before he started asking many questions. He was like, hey, bro, between end. So long story short, whether you believe it or not, it took me a whole year for me to tell him the truth that
$100 yako ilikunywa maji.
So the whole of the year we would meet in campus. You see him, I go the other route. In case we bump into each other, Trevor, Trevor, how you doing? Yeah. Just acting cool. Like, yeah, bado biashara iko sawa, we are pushing vitu kama hizo. But at the end of the year, I ended up telling him, this thing, man. So he told me he understands that it's the nature of Forex. Yeah, but he told me to repay him his money. So I took a whole 6 months saving pole and
I
ended up paying him his 10. I think nilimuongeza. Because I was just like, hey, this guy has gone through. Now you see the interesting thing, the guy until dead, he doesn't know what happened. So if someone ever comes across this podcast, ndo atajua.
Kenya ilifanyika.
The truth has come out.
So I'd say my first account was $100, but after blowing it, my mom would send me upkeep every month. I would deposit, maybe every month or every two, just depending. Deposit $20, $30, yeah, $30 for it. I didn't have money. I always say, by the time I was becoming a good trader, in about 3 years, I think I had blown about $2,000 combined. In a span of 2 years, if I just do my rough math, or my $20, $100, there's a time I got some good chunk of money, I put it in. So I lost about $2,000. But I always say, I only lost $2,000 because that's what I could afford. If somehow I could have got access to more money, I would have blown more money.
That's true.
I'm because very certain of that.
You didn't know what you're doing.
Every corner, every money I got, trading. Yeah, you got trading, you blow it. Sometimes unajaribu kuflip inakata. Just like keep going. I was convinced I have the skills. So at some point I started questioning so many things. Yeah, because when I go to demo, I'm doing quite well. But when I come and put the real money, I'm wondering, what's not happening.
What is the divergence?
Yeah. Then actually at some point I got convinced. I make money on demo because the demo was a demo of about 100K. But then the live account is $20. Maybe that's why. So I was convinced that maybe I'm only good at trading big accounts.
Small.
Yeah. So it was just all of that was just in my head, but I guess it's the process of learning.
So all this time now as you're losing money, but you are learning now.
Oh yeah, I was learning. One thing for sure, I had the desire to become a good trader. Even though I was blowing the accounts,
you never gave up.
I never gave up. I knew this thing was going to work. Then it got to a point in school where nilikuwa nimedetail sana from my academics. And every day I'm focusing so much on this trading thing. I'm missing classes. I used to show up on the day of the cut. I'm the type of guy who uzuri took na South Bini karibu. I'm the type of guy who I remember literally there's a day someone, you see the way Alec comes with an impromptu cut.
Yeah.
Kuna cut sahi. Na hako ameambia mtu. I'm the type of guy who found himself in that situation, I think at least twice. Someone calls me and I'm in my bed sitting with me, hey, uko wapi wewe? Kuna cut sahizi. Take and do the faster. Kuna bridge fulani unapitia hapo tu kuna panda haraka naingia class.
Landmawe
exactly. So ukitoka na South Beach it's even easier because I would take to school but sides ukat imeni impromptu. I remember the nduthi was like 150 iliniuma.
Ilikuwa inauma mbaya.
150 hiyo ni food ya 1 week.
Food mob bana.
If I remember those days reminiscing.
Landi si tulikuwa tunakula
30 bob. Chapo,
ndengu.
Beans
30 chapo mbili
150
si ukikula 30 hiyo ni 5 days si ndio ukiwa campus hiyo ni pesa mingi bana imeenda na siku moja 15 hata sisi tu a few minutes umpanda nduthi tu mjamaa na kuchon 50
kidogo opening up here being young pia stuff ni hard these days also not in a bad way but I wonder hizo deal ilikuwa nimesota because my parents used to give me upkeep tao per week tao so kuna hiyo vile unasema 2 so per day bus fare food unless you eat food from home. But like you're living in your own place, unajisort. But those are days I don't want to go back to.
And amazingly, you'd save money.
And save money.
Yeah, go 1500. Adunda bado ilikuwa. And then and buy beer mbili.
Yeah.
2 beers. And have fun.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so actually if I can just finish on what you're saying, my academics na nini academics zangu zilikuwa mbaya sana because I was not attending classes, missing all those things. Cards nilikuwa nafanya baadaye pale kwa soup
Ulikuwa
na masoups.
Definitely so class. I think at first year nilikuwa the first person who got a soup class yetu. I'm not even kidding. Even I remember there's a time we had a squad of guys who just make fun on you and they're like, hey, lakini bro first year. They would ask me, ndo tumeanza because you the whole time nilikuwa busy in my own.
And you said you're studying economics.
So
but right now I'm sure most of the guys who you are with in school, like most of them are floating probably, and you have the skill set right now.
Definitely.
Okay.
That's I think we are a whole different level. But it got to a point where I got scared because I was like, if now Forex doesn't work, then I'm messed up. Because sasa shule pia. In fact, I remember there's a day a lady in class sijaisahau najua hizi kumbuka because she was just saying casually out of maybe just concern. But I remember there's a lady student in our class who once told me, Eric, vile ukujangi class hivi uko busy huko ati unafanya business the business you are doing atuioni na pia class
atukuoni
sasa una lose kila kitu unaona. So I left there and that thing ilibaki kwa kichwa yangu. And that was like I think maybe second year heading to third year. So it's like damn, I'm failing in
both sides.
So it's like no, something must work, and it was not academics.
Now let's go to the light side. We always talk about the bad sides in trading.
True.
But kuna zile siku like there are those, like for me I remember those days you deposit 300.
Oh yeah.
You're able to make withdrawals consistently. But like my friend here, I'll deposit $150
and grow it.
Akatoa almost $1,000. There are also good days, or good periods in your journey. Let's talk about some of those.
Yeah, there are a few days which I can remember. One of the things is at some point in my trading I focused on flipping accounts because I realized that was the only way I could make some money. Since back then I didn't know anything about prop firms. Nikitambo prop firms hata
hazikuwa hiyo time.
This guy once told me, if you're a good trader, end after FTMO. I was like, what is FTMO? I tried to look, I saw, I don't know, funding. I was just like, nah, this is just some other scheme. So yeah, but I used to deposit $30-40 try to flip. I used to blow a lot of them, but I can remember a few. I think my ERR was negative. It's just a fact. If I do the math, the ERR was negative. But I feel kuna days zenye I remember I grew $50 to $350. Mimi nilikuwa nikipata pesa mingi sana nilikuwa $50 to $60. I don't think I used to deposit $100 apart from yule jamaa.
Fast and fast.
Yeah, video yangu mingi ilikuwa $30, $40, $50, $60. So there are times I flipped $50 to $200. Most of the time nikiflip ifanye twice or thrice I would stop there.
Unatoa kwanza.
Because sikuwahi kuwa na tamaa ya kuflip 50 to 1,000. I used to saw people on YouTube doing 50,000, but now again after I understand the industry I've realized you can do this thing 20 times then you post the one that
you work.
Yeah. So I used to see those things, but for me it was like I started with $50. So nikifika 150 sikuwa nataka risk ya kujaribu kuipush until 1,000 then I lose it all. So whenever I did 150 200 the biggest I did was 300 literally 50 to 300. I don't think I ever surpassed that. Yeah, I never surpassed that. But then at some point now somewhere around nikikaribia 4th year I had now made some money kidogo kwa trading. Nilikuwa nimehustle. I had convinced a certain friend of mine. Now this time a family member also assisted me. I remember I grew. It was about $300 or $400. I grew it to about 1,500. And then
wapi ule msichana
wapi ule
alikuwa anakuuliza it's not working.
Mimi nilikuwa lucky. nilikuwa focused. So niligrow 300 to about 1,000 and something, close to 1,500. Then nikaacha trade yangu ikiran over the weekend. Nakumbuka ilikuwa Friday. Kufungua Monday, nilikuwa na market zimeanza kurudi again. Hiyo trade sikuwa nimefunga because again I was hoping to make more money. So ikarudi chini paka $1,000. I was like, damn, that's enough. So I think that's the biggest amount niliunda before ningia kwa prop firms. Nika close hapo hiyo $1,000. I did all of it and went to buy my first nice laptop.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sema sasa acha kwanza nijiri wapi kidogo.
Nili withdraw kwanza ilikuwa kama
How was that feeling?
It was a very nice feeling. Very nice. So really withdraw $1,000. Ilikuwa 100 and something K. So I was like, wow. I didn't even believe it. I was still in school. In fact, my friends are the ones who took me to well laptop the ones when tumehang out na kutoka first
Wakapeleka
year.
laptop.
Hao ndo niliwaambia mnipeleke tao security ndo security ila pini ya pesa mingi msi ila pini ya pesa mingi so at least tutembee
Mbogi.
yeah nilipeleka it was about one something so all the money kasha kwa laptop nikafurahi nikasema na I have a nice laptop that I can
At least trade
analyze the
for.
market and at that point nilikuwa nimeanza kupata skillini sasa na mafautia hapo at that point nilikuwa
What skills were you looking for?
at this point I understood what I was doing. I could read the market, I could read price, I could do analysis. Hizo siku ndo nilikuwa nimefungua Telegram channel. I opened a Telegram channel. I used to post analysis. I used to post free trades, do here, do ingia hapa, toka hapa. Hizo siku I didn't know anything. I was just doing what I thought I could do.
Okay.
So the good days may exist pia kidogo pole pole. But I'm almost certain my RR is negative. I don't know why because I can't see where the money went. Really. Apart from the laptop, most of the time there was. If I do the math for over the years, I was blowing more money. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about props now. You've brought in props. So when do you now transition? Which years do you decide now?
Yeah.
Hey, sasa hii kitu ya prop.
What was the first prop?
Because like for us, Lau is the one who brought us props.
Yes.
He said, hey, there's this thing we should try. And he actually did the first one. So yeye ndo alikuwa litmus test.
Taras came said
Kaambia wewe jaribu. Acha tuone hii kitu yako. Tuone vile inaenda. Ikienda vizuri we'll try.
Yeah.
So for you now, how do you move from now chasing this retail side to deciding now let me go the prop side?
Yeah, true. So I think, as I've said, ilifika point and then I felt like I knew what I was doing. I could read price very well. I could do my analysis at the beginning of the week. I knew the levels to look out for. Maybe I not just develop a specific edge, but once in a while I could make some good returns even on my small accounts. In fact, that's the time that I did more of account flips, by the way. That's the time that I started doing more of account flips. To deposit $50, and I was not even risking crazily. I even used to do TikToks those days showing people have flipped $50 using 0.01, 0.02, very small lot sizes, just slowly. But I was getting many trades. I did know the concept of RR very, very well, but now I've come to understand that I was probably using it, but I didn't understand it well. So I figured out that I need more capital. Then I think I came across people talking about prop firms. And I came across an interview of FTMO. I think there's this guy called Lambo Raul or something.
I think I know Raul. Yeah.
So kuna interview alifanyanga which trended a lot. I think it's probably the most watched interview on FTMO of a trader who do $100,000 within from whatever. Okay. So then I became very aware of these prop firm things, and I got into one. The first one that I got into was called Trader Central Fund. Never heard of it.
I've heard of it.
I think I've heard of it. It has a green logo or something.
You also took the first $1,200 from McMahon.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
You remember?
Yeah.
So you traded McMahon?
I traded McMahon. Yeah, so I think there's a time when you guys were partnered with the McMahon thing.
Yes.
Where someone was supposed to, get access to capital and prove their skills and even potentially get access to more capital. And that's one of the times that I realized it's one thing to know how to read price. It's another one to have an actual edge in the market.
Yeah.
Because when you know how to read price, on your account, unaona once in a while you're making progress. But now when you get an account which tells you, here are the conditions, try to do this. And the conditions are not so unrealistic. I don't know, was it 5% or what was it?
It was 30% drawdown.
No.
That one, there was no challenge.
I'm saying the target. What was the target? There was no target.
It was straight live.
It was straight line.
Straight live.
Straight live. You just pay.
No, I'm saying the targets of withdrawal. We had the target of withdrawal.
Oh, there was. I don't know.
There was. You are supposed to hit a certain amount.
I also did. I also did that. There was no target.
Yeah, and then the drawdown was 30%.
30%.
But then
the biggest.
I remember this. So we had a fee to renew, a fee to.
Oh yes.
So if you don't hit a certain target, you're supposed to pay. I don't know what.
6K.
Yeah. So that's the target that I'm talking about.
That's true.
So
That's true.
that account is one of the accounts that made me realize it's one thing to think you can read price. It's another one to actually prove that edge in the market and trade skillfully, manage risk, pole, get setups, pole and grow an account steadily. So that was my first account with a prop firm. Then from there, I went into Trader Central.
Okay.
Trader Central Fund. Trader Central Fund, they had an account where you paid, I don't know how much, I don't even remember. But the account balance was $12,500. It was a very small account because, just my errors of $60. So that's what I could afford to pay. $60, $50, you get $12,500. Yeah.
Account.
It was a very tiny account, but I managed to get that one. That one had a target. Those days, programs were difficult, man. Those
Like
days,
the time limit.
yeah, what's the time limit? This one said even a withdrawal target. You're supposed to make a minimum of I don't know what a month. If you don't make that money, you have to pay another fee. It was just quite difficult.
Hectic.
Yeah, so it was pressuring you to trade in a certain way. I never made money from that account. I blew it. Then from there, I've had quite an interesting prop farm journey. There's a time where I stopped trading prop farms, but I went into Upwork. It's not necessarily a very nice story, but I went into Upwork, and in Upwork we had guys who would tell you to trade for.
For me, the prop farm challenge. They're still there.
Yeah,
They're still there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So back then, prop farms were difficult. So I got a few guys on Upwork who were like, trade for me and split. And most of them, it's not an easy thing. Most of them, you have to prove to them that you can trade. Some of them would give you a demo account. So I had many demos. You open my phone. I'm always trying to do well on a demo so that someone can see that I have the skill. So I had very many demos. At some point, it was actually successful. And even before I came into prop farms, I had made quite a good amount of money. Not a lot, but a good amount of money there that I had not seen yet. And again, it's not a story that many people know because I haven't said it anywhere. But I always just say, sometimes when you are getting up, you have to go through some corners and you really never know.
Yeah.
You have the desire to get up there, but you just want to do what you can do. So part of that is that I did those things of Upwork a few times. Most of them nearly failed zingine, but there are some that I passed. So with Upwork, you have a contract. So you would write a contract to someone and you would agree. Me, I'm usually very specific. Nowadays, I don't even condone the idea of trading for someone. But now back then, because I didn't have capital, I would write a contract and tell the guy, we must have a risk, clause in the contract, all those things, that this thing, it's possible that someone can fail a prop farm. You have seen yourself, the statistics are saying what? I don't know, only 10% pass phase one, I don't know, 5% or whatever. So it only me, I'll just apply my skill, but it's possible that I can fail. So through that phase, I got some good money. Then from there, I now entered.
Now you could pay for yourself.
Definitely, I could now pay for my for myself prop farms. Then I entered into.
This is which year? 2022, 3?
Last year is what year? Last year is 2023. So 2022 to the end, I started working with now a few more companies. Yeah, I've in fact on my YouTube, I've some guys might have probably even come across my channel. Last year I did a lot of documentation. I was working with the 5%ers. No,
your channel.
The channel is called Rick the Trader.
Rick the Trader, guys.
Rick the Trader. So I used to document my progress, passing the challenges. I did a 6K, I did a 24K, then I also did another 10K, and I passed all of them. I was able to get a few payouts here and there. They're not such a big amount of money, but to me, again, it was very nice. And by the way, when I say it wasn't such a big amount of money, I think it's just because in the pro farm space, sometimes we see people doing 10K payouts until if you do a $800 payout, you feel
there's that problem in trading.
Because we see people doing 10K payouts, 8K. So when you do some $800, you feel like I did some payout, but I'm not yet there. But I did some payouts last year. It was quite consistent. I also lost a couple of accounts at the end of the year because there's a time when I was very busy doing things outside there, but I didn't have the time to focus on trading. So I was executing with the wrong mindset. I'm out there, pressure, nini. But I can say so far, my performance journey has been very nice. I've been able to pick myself up back again. So I've been proceeding with FundedNext. This year I started with about 150K in challenges from FundedNext, just trying to scale up my capital as you guys. So far I've been able to pass at least one of them. I'm in phase 2. Currently I've passed phase 1, I'm in phase 2, about 2.3%. I'm just one trade away from passing that one. For the rest of the 2 accounts, one of them is in 4%, also positive. But it's because I don't trade them simultaneously. Just because I'm trying to diversify my risk. Because I'm trying to look at it from the perspective of what if just something happens? Then I have to lose one. It means I lose all. I'm trying to diversify my risk. So I've just been taking them slowly. But I can see so far I'm at a very nice place with the pro farms. But that's how I started pro farms.
Nice. Okay.
So how do you know? How do you know how account, loan day trade account? How do you play that game?
So you see, this is what I'll say. I'll say there are 2 ways to approach from my own perspective. And this is not advice. This is just my own perspective. I think when you're starting prop farms and you're very new, you've never done a payout, you've never withdrawn, you don't even know the conditions, I think you need to start slowly. Me, I feel like I already had my slow phase. I feel like I already had my slow phase, which I did that, got a few payouts, understood the game, lost some accounts, understood where I lost them, So I feel like I already passed that phase. I'm at a point where I have an edge. I know exactly what I'm doing. I can literally show you my data and show you that, for example, on a specific pair, I know a specific pair which out of every 4 trade, it is almost impossible for me to lose all the 4 trades. So I'm almost certain, in case I have a 3 trade losing streak, what does it mean?
The fourth one is a win.
Exactly. So these are things which I've mastered in the system. Keep in mind, these things are data proven. I'm not telling you to go and just try to do some, after every, you may lose maratano,
So you're not.
No,
It's because you're trading a specific pattern.
everything that I
I
don't. No.
That thing because I've been losing. The win is somewhere.
No. So what I'll just say is, I realized, even if you're a good trader, and this thing is a study, you can study all the top pro farm traders. I realized the top pro farm traders, some of them failed many accounts before they passed. I was just joking and telling a guy, there's a guy called Paladin who says he spent 20K in challenges before he passed. Then when he passed the first year, he did 200K withdrawal. At the moment, he's done close to $500,000. I was telling another guy, and he says that those days he was broke. So he was telling another guy that if you can have 20K to spend in challenges and you're calling yourself broke, then I don't know what we are doing. Because even me, if I had 20K, no, there's no way you won't have eventually. So the whole point is, after starting out of these guys, I realized there's a point you get where if you want to scale your capital, you also need to get more accounts. Sometimes you might lose along the way, but I look at it from a risk-reward perspective. Even if I take 3 challenges and myself, I target to pass all. I won't lie to you at the end and then I'm like, I'll fail 2 pass. No. Like right now, I'm targeting to pass all my challenges. So that's my target. If something happens, then it happened. But based on the system I have, based on the data I have, there's no month where I lose 8% from my data. The worst month, for example, last year, the other year was 5%, the worst month. Another low month was 2%. Average month, 4-5%. 4-5%. A few months in the year where I do 10% from the system, but there are very few I can count, maybe 3 or 4. But typical months 5-6. So even passing a challenge, like I already have the mindset that when I'm taking a challenge, I won't be passing every month. Sometimes I'll pass within a month, 2 months, But how I determine how I'm taking a trade, I'll just say, I just use my data. So for example, if I take 2 trades on this account and I lose all of them, there's a very high chance within my next 2 trades
There's a winner somewhere.
I'll get a winner. Sometimes I'll even get 2 winners. So what that happens is I'll leave this account first because it's in drawdown, handle the
other account.
So you find I'll pass this other account faster, then ingine anaanza pull up. And that's how I've been managing. So it takes you quite, I'll say this, it takes you faster to get one of the accounts funded, but it takes you longer to now pull the other account funded. So the goal is to get funded ASAP on one account. But remember, you have an edge. You know what you're doing. You have data. This is not guesswork. You have an edge. And even if something happens and you lose, you have the capacity to get another account. So the aim is to pass the first one, continue getting payouts from a real account as you pull the other ones out of drawdown. So it's a very long-term game, but that's just how I've come to master myself around the pro-farm space.
So how are you seeing the difference now? Because a lot of people, beginning traders, have that hard problem of that mindset of $100 grow it to 1,000 and all. What's your take from not trading $60 accounts, now trading big accounts?
I think if I can give someone the formula of success in trading, number 1, find an edge, right? Number 2, what else am I forgetting? Get capital. If you get large capital, and when I talk of an edge, I always tell, if you can do 2 or 3% a month, you're a trader.
That's true.
The only thing you're struggling with is your capital, but you can't see it until you get capital. I know people who do, I don't know, SMC. They always text me and tell me, hey, bro, I've been trading, I'm just struggling. And I'm like, hey, bro, you're doing 1:6 risk to reward. Me, I do 1:3. You know, if I look at their setups, they look even better than mine. Right?
Why are you struggling?
Yeah, why are you struggling? But then, SMC, smart money.
Money concept.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, so there's another who sent me kuna RR paka za 1 to 8. Even 1 to 10. Yeah.
They have.
So it's like, hey man,
akifinya moja kuna 10%.
Yeah. But you see, the interesting thing is, despite the 1:20, bado watu SMC pia 5% tu ndo wanakuwa good trader. So
true.
Yeah. Even in SMC, bado 95% of traders lose. So hakuna kitu kama ati uko na risk reward ya 1 to 10, you're going to become a very profitable trader. You just have to master yourself around the markets and have a long-term edge. I think these high risk rewards are nice if you can do them, but I always just ask, what is the frequency of that happening?
Yeah, true.
And how many times will you be right?
Exactly. So you unapata 1:10 moja Januari alafu unachapa 2-3 months.
Udapata ingine.
Unapata 1 to 3 unasema hapana 1 to 4
Hautaki.
umesema tu break even tu unangoja 1 to 10
1 to 10.
yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. So I'll just say what is the question?
On the small accounts, $60
yeah.
now 100k.
Yeah, so I'll say the difference is when you have a lot of capital, you will easily notice becoming a good trader is easy. Not easy, but
Yeah,
easy.
get your point.
Because becoming a good trader, 2% return a month.
Yeah.
3%.
Yeah, 3%. And to give people context, for you to make 3% a month, you need to do 3R with a 1% risk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or do 3R. I mean, if you do 3R, let's say for me when I'm funded, I always scale down my risk to about 0.8. When I'm doing a challenge, I do 1%. I always just say even if I fail somehow, I don't care because I have the
Capacity to come back.
And most importantly, I have an edge. In fact, my edge does not show me there's a month I can lose a challenge. If I lose, I'll just maybe I did something wrong in terms of my risk.
You'll get a new account.
So large capital isn't the pressure for you.
That's true.
You'll quickly realize you can trade. You'll quickly realize most traders can get a 3R setup in a month. It's just that a few of them have the capital for them to realize that they're actually doing well. So capital really isn't the burden for you. Yeah.
Because a 3R return is better to look for on a 100k account. So people with small accounts are looking for 10 Rs or 20 because they have $100 account, 500. So of course they're taking
$3K.
yeah, which is a lot
1% earners.
Top one, literally.
in the country.
Literally.
Yeah, that's
Third
true.
world country. Kwanza hapo ukiingiza 2K USD, 3K USD.
Yeah,
That is
consistently, just 2% every month, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Ah,
Pure
yeah,
20.
and then now from
And
there you're
then,
just scaling up. 100k, 200k, and you're still returning 2%.
True.
But the money is doubling. The profit, it's doubling. You made $1,000, you get a big account, you're making 2,000. It doesn't stop.
Correct.
Okay, so good stuff. So you only focused on FundedNext. Any other platform?
Yeah, I've been working with the Fivers. Currently, I'm mostly on FundedNext right now.
Okay.
It's just because I'm very specific with the platforms.
Why FundedNext?
I think because of a couple of reasons. Number one is just the conditions for me. Just the conditions. I've not had any issues. And then also before you take a platform, I always, of course, do research, background research.
True.
I try to focus on the top first, top of the list.
Yeah.
Not just in terms of volumes, but in terms of, performance and, how is it called? Reviews.
Yes.
What people are saying about the company. So with FundedNext, I think I saw they had very nice reviews.
Yeah.
Then also, upon taking my first challenge, I quickly realized I've done even videos on YouTube to show this. There are times when my traders come 0.4 pips from the stop loss, and it still reversed and it never closed. The same time, I've had prop firms who, before when a trade would come that close,
It was
somehow
closed.
they
Close you out.
they force it to close. So I can just say the conditions to me have been nice.
Yeah.
People complain of things like slippage on every prop firm. Personally, I don't trade during high impact news, so I don't know where slippage will find me unless, because just on a normal market condition, you hardly face slippage. So for me, just the conditions, the reputation of the firm, and what else? They pay out, they have very nice features. I've also seen recently we have trading which has been incorporated. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. Yeah.
Another thing is they have their own in-house brokerage.
So that's why they're in trading.
They the MetaQuote licenses.
Yeah.
So like right now, most platforms, I've even seen you guys have shifted to C-Trader, DX-Trade. I still do MT4, MT5. MT5 specifically, yeah. So it's very smooth for me, yeah.
Have you tried C-Trader?
I've just downloaded it on my phone. I tried to place a trade on a demo account, just learning it. But
But try it on the laptop.
on the laptop.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool.
Because we never used to use Kabisa. We just started using it 3-4 weeks ago. It's quite nice.
Is it nice in terms of execution?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, it's
It
faster than I
doesn't
think
lag all these
MT4.
things.
It doesn't lag at all.
Test it.
nice.
Just try it
Even
on
the
laptop.
closing,
On the phone also,
Very
I'm
different.
getting quite a hard time understanding it. But the laptop,
Oh, okay.
we've all used it, and it's really
Even how you calculate your risk, your lot sizing.
yeah, it has more details
All this
even on how
stuff,
much
yeah.
money you lose and all
Yeah, so I
that.
think I'm going to try on the laptop because I just edit on my phone, looked at it, I was like, this platform, man. Especially after you're used to
Laptop,
MT4, MT5. Yeah.
it has a lot compared to MT4. You'll see a lot. Try it on the laptop. So before we come to an end, just your trading now. In a nutshell, you've come all the way from looking at stochastics. I'm sure you're looking at patterns. You read all patterns that have existed.
Yes.
And sort of that's, Baby Pips has its advantage and disadvantage. Advantage in that you learn a lot. Disadvantage in that you'll have to test all those things, which also acts as an advantage because you learn what not to do.
Yeah.
And many traders, when they're starting out, they're just looking for, I want to know what to do.
Yeah.
So now from learning stochastics or MACD, moving average, how is your trading approach these days? Are you technical? Are you fundamental? in a nutshell, what's your approach?
Basically, explain to people how you look.
Yeah. So my market is purely technicals, price action, trading, top-down analysis. Start from the higher time frame, daily time frame. I don't go past the daily most of the time. Daily time frame, look at the overall direction, and I mean overall, not immediate direction. Look at the overall direction where the whole market is going. Because in the daily, you can easily see the trend to be going down if you zoom in your chart. If you zoom out, you see it's going up. So always zoom out to see the whole trend. I only stick to the overall trend.
Okay.
At a market, you can sell for 2 weeks. If the overall trend is going up, for the 2 weeks, I won't be in the market. Because for me, I can only be looking
So you're
for
a
buys.
trend trader.
I'm a trend trader.
When the market's going up, you're buying.
Exactly.
Down, you're selling.
Down, I'm selling.
Out
So
of in between.
nothing. No confusion. Very simple. Then after knowing the direction, next thing, my entries are at support resistance level. So if I'm trying to sell at a resistance, trying to buy at a support. So the support resistance, I mark them from the daily again. Because again, from the higher time frame, you get that confidence because you see a level that has been working all the way from 3-4 years ago from the daily time frame. This level is very strong. Doesn't mean it's going to work, but high chance. Yeah. So mark the levels from the daily time frame, narrow down to the lower time frame. There are many other conferences that I look for, but in a nutshell, narrow down to the lower time frame, M15. On the M15, I look for a double top that must come back at the same support from the daily. I mark a couple of levels because you can't know where the market will buy. So you have to mark a couple of levels and try to anticipate, just speculate. So the level that comes and gives me all my confluences, I must get a double top. It must come and retest the neckline part or the middle part of the double top, something like that. I also confirm the previous 1 hour. So if I'm trying to buy, the previous 1 hour should also be showing me signs of bulls. Strong bulls. So even if I get my confirmation on the lower time frame, but the previous one now is still showing me the previous candlestick was sells. No, I won't fancy that entry. So it's something like that. I have many other confirmations, but I do trade 3 weeks alone in a month.
3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't trade in FP week. I don't trade on Fridays. So I trade Monday to Thursday, 3 weeks a month. Let's just say every week apart from the week that has an FP, I trade. Yes. And then on a normal week, trading week, I don't trade. So the specific pair that I'm trading, I avoid trading when it has CPI, when it has interest rate. And generally, whenever we have FOMC, just generally, the FOMC, the Fed interest rate. Overall, that day I don't trade. So I trade the days that we have no fundamentals, literally. Specific fundamentals, because fundamentals mean if you look at the calendar,
Okay, so how many pairs?
2 pairs for now. I'll be doing CAD JPY and AUD CAD alone.
CAD JPY?
CAD JPY, no. CAD JPY is GPG. No, not GBP. CAD JPY, AUD CAD.
Okay.
Also, you're focused on the exotic.
Yeah, so actually one of them is bullish, another one of them is bearish. So CAD JPY is bullish at the moment, long-term trend, AUD CAD bearish. So for a long time, I've just been selling AUD CAD. For the longest time, I'm just buying CAD JPY. I never look for another trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you come down to those 2 pairs?
Backtesting. That's the only way you realize the pairs that work well. So after getting a concept that you think is working, you have to run it through the past market data for a few years. The markets that are giving you the best performance, that are behaving well with your conditions. Then I chose those 2. And I always wanted, if I have 2 pairs, I always wanted one of them to be in a bullish trend and another one of them to be in a bearish trend. So that I'm buying and selling here.
Nice.
I like your approach. I like
simple. You know your dates.
You
have your data.
Yeah.
And that is what most traders, should strive to, find and look for. That is how you basically build an edge. My last question will be, how do you handle your psychology?
So first of all, there are 2 ways from my perspective.
We have a psychologist.
Yeah, I actually just met her.
Nice.
Chatted and she told me about what she does. And I'd also seen her on your YouTube. I've watched you guys.
Okay.
I'm not I'm not just coming here. I've watched you guys. So I've also seen you introducing her on your YouTube. I've been following up. The last time you had lost 3 or 4 trades. I'm not so sure you.
Yeah, my previous
on your previous video. So I do come across your videos and I always follow up. So the point is about psychology. I look at it from 2 perspectives. We always say there is a psychology that you can master by coming up with systems that assist you to master it. I'll break it down. And then the other psychology is one that you learn from experience. So there's the psychology that you master is the one that you actively journal. Actively you journal your trades. Uliingia trade Monday ukalose andika. Wiki kisha enda review all the trades. Review all the trades and look. I lost this trade, but how did I lose it? Did I lose it because it was a good loser? Or did I lose it because I did a mistake? If you did the mistake, record it. So one of the things that changed the game for me in trading was journaling. I used to overlook journaling. I used to be the guy who was like, what do you mean I need to be sitting down
Journaling
and,
isn't vitu za majani.
yeah
It makes sense.
literally I was like that. I was like, doesn't make sense that unaka ati nimeingia trade that he buys. Sasa for like
Shughuli
I never got the idea of journaling. But when I started journaling about 3-4 months later, I looked at my journal and I realized I've been losing many trades. No, I looked at my performance and I realized the performance could have been positive if I had a nice risk to reward. So my risk to reward was nice based on my backtesting, but in the real market, trade ikiingia 1-to-1, imefunga. Trade, I'm supposed to target a 1:3, but when the trade just moves a little bit into profit, I close it. So I never realized it's a problem until when I started journaling consistently, and then I realized, so if I just turned all these losing not losing trades, these trades that I was cutting the winners short, if I just turned them to three all of them, I would have made nice returns. So journaling helped me to realize, even if psychology is a problem, this thing has shown you that you have to deal with it, right? So you start to actively deal with the psychology, not because you don't have the emotions, but because you've seen the other side of it so much.
The data.
Exactly. And then the other side that I will say is the side that comes from experience. The side from experience is you've done the same mistake for 2 years. It gets to a point where you just tell yourself, man, if I never change, I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
So I always say that's one of the greatest psychology lessons that you can learn. Ndio maana mtu anaanza trading, lazima tujipe time.
Lazima kuna hiyo experience.
Tutalan forex na 2 weeks, hiyo ni story. I make sense. So the one of
2 months, 3, 4, 5, 6.
bado, because you see the one of experience, you experience these things so much. So like right now, one of the reasons why I don't have fear of execution, I don't have fear ati trade yangu imefika 1:2, nimefunga before ifika 1:3. I did these errors for so many months, even probably a year or something.
Muscle memory.
Imefika point nimejiambia, I remember last time unataka nifunge na wacha tu Iran, acha hit be bus, acha hit break even bus, lakini sitafunga mwenyewe. But hii imekuja sasa from experience.
Nakupata.
Okay.
So my final question would be, someone is out there, they're starting out.
Yeah.
You remember your days ukianza, before you approached that guy umwambie, mimi najua hii kitu. You give me that 10,000 because I'm sure there's someone out there. Sasa amefanya demo kwa nyumba hapo kwa bed sitter yake pia ama kwa bedroom, amejifungia na laptop, amefanya demo, it's working. Mbaki sasa atafute the rich auntie ama the rich uncle, amwambie sasa let me show you how we are going to become richer, or a rich friend. So what advice would you have for that guy out there who's starting out, the mistakes you've made, because the mistakes are similar. I don't think there's anything you've said that you didn't do. We did almost all those mistakes. Like for me, I have an auntie, I borrowed money. Ikapoteza. So if you look at all those stories,
shared one day.
They're very, very similar. But now if you look back, there's always the wisdom that you have right now. That's something that you can tell someone, hey, unataka kuingia hii safari, usipitie njia. Pitia njia. What are some of those things that you'd highlight to someone, work on this or look at these things in this ways?
It's very easy. And this advice, very few people will take it, but it's just a fact, right? Most of the things you're seeing online, you see the real trading. I know you have traders that you like, that you follow. Most of them have very many followers. Wako tu hapa.
You're very attached.
Wakona very many followers. Some of them have just grown, will blow up over the past recent years because they do a lot of hype. I know you see them showing you how they killed NFP, I killed CPI. That is not real trading. You can't develop an edge doing those things. So first of all, everything you're seeing on social media, if you ever consume it, you consume to entertainment, the same way you watch a movie. But when you get there, when you leave the movie, you're not trying to apply anything. Yeah. Don't try this at home. That's my advice. That's my advice.
I watch kama entertainment.
Msampe gari. Nice. It's true. Yeah. So the first thing tumesema hapo wasikwame kwa jokes wasahau point tumesema hapo ni ignore everything you are seeing in terms of the flashy lifestyle. See at within the forex, it's very lucrative in the long run. Keyword
long run.
After you've developed the skill, but from the beginning, from the word go, don't focus on those things. Number 2, change your mindset. where I am right now, I'm in a position where people come to me because I run also a community. People are like, hey, help me how to trade. Not help me how to trade, but show me your ways. Master. Teach me how you do it. I'm seeing you doing this thing, to come my ear. So I do also guide a few people. But the point is, from that, the experience I've got is, from the word go, the first thing that I always deal with someone is the mindset. So even before we get into technicals, if someone told you you're going to make money next week, tell that person, this is not it. Start to revamp your mindset. So number one, have the right mindset. I feel like if you have the wrong mindset, everything you will be doing will be from the wrong approach. Because if your mindset is wrong, you'll be trying to become successful within 6 months. Why? Because of your mindset.
Yeah.
If your mindset tells you, even if it takes me 2 years, it's okay as long as I'm doing what I need to do, there's a high chance you're going to become successful.
Yeah.
Now, funny enough, ukijipeanga 3 years, hata utakuwa successful na 1.5. Alafu msemo anajambia 6 months. 4 years later, but amekwamia hizo 6 months zake. Na ni 4 years later. So the whole point that I'm saying is, number one, ignore social media noise. Number two, change your mindset. Understand that this is a career like any other. Same way you approach any career, this is also a career. And think of it, the amount of money you can make in this space is crazy in the long term. If you think of it, you would give everything that you can.
Yes.
You utakuwa na hiyo pressure ya nataka kundado next week.
That's
You only have that pressure because you are trying to gamify trading. You're making it look like a game ati eka pesa toa eka hiyo si trading. So it's a career like any other. Take it seriously, be patient. That's the second advice. Third advice, after usha deal na mindset, sasa anza ku seek knowledge. Seek knowledge ya trading. Even if you have the mindset and unaenda una trade stochastic, itakupiga bad. So at the end of the day, knowledge is important.
Discipline na stochastic I work.
True. So the next thing, seek knowledge and the right knowledge. There are many free sites that unaweza anza nazo. The more you stay in trading, I always say if you've been here for like 5-6 months, now any progress and someone that you know that you can see they're a real trader and they have real results, and you feel like you want to approach them, that's okay. So the whole idea is seek knowledge. What I can just say is, if you look at indicators from an early stage, don't focus on them. Try to focus to understand price action. And the whole idea of price action too ni you understand ni kama una grow to understand market inafanya nini. You can read price. I always say, if you understand price action, even if your strategy stops working today, it won't take you long to come up with another system. Because you understand why price moves. You understand the levels that price in a bounce off. So it will just be a matter of trying to switch out different confluences, backtest. Itakuchapa kidogo miezi mbili tatu backtest, but eventually you'll come up with another system. Strategy. But ukikuja kwa program ya mtu na the only thing ujifunza ni strategy yake, itakuwa ni kama you've crammed a certain model to make money. Na siku yenyewe model itaweza kufanya kazi ama to something happens, you will realize you don't know anything about
trading.
Wewe uliambiwa tu ukiona he buy, he sell. So learn deep price action. How you learn deep price action is through practice. The best advice I can tell someone who's trying to learn trading, spend hours and hours on your computer. Just look at the price. Look at the price. Study
10,000 hours.
Bas, ndio hivyo. The more you look at the price, always say, the more you look at the price, the more it starts to make sense.
Yeah.
Ukiangalia from the word go, unajulizanga nini hizi. But the more unaziangalia 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, everything starts
making sense.
So follow that path, hivyo. Alafu eventually, once you have your price action together, focus to develop an edge. An edge is not knowing how to read price. Knowing how to read price assists you to know where the market is going. But an edge is having that systematic approach that tells you, I must see A, B, C, D before I. Most importantly, an edge must be proven. So kuna watu wengi wenye wananiambianga this is my edge, I ask them where is your data? I'm like, no. Like angalia last month. Like I made some. I'm like, that is not data, right? I literally get such scenarios where someone is like, yeah, last month we made money. Hata kuna hii challenge nilikuwa nimeanza nikakaribia kupita alafu I'm like, sasa ana build confidence yake on a short span of time yenye ali apply a specific approach na ikampatia result. So getting so after getting your edge, in fact an edge is a combination of getting the concept together and backtesting. So you backtest until you find something that has proven that systematically, if I repeat this pattern of approach in the market systematically over the next 10, 20, 30, 50 setups, it's always positive. Yeah. So that's the edge. So make sure you have that and it has to be proven. Once you get that, the only thing itabaki is psychology. But I always say, as long as you have an edge that is proven, it becomes easier for you to master psychology. Yeah. Many people struggle with psychology because unaogopa kuingia kwa market. Unaogopa juu na edge. If someone can show you a system and guarantees you, okay, guarantees is not a good word, but if someone shows you a system proven with data and shows you this system has been working if you just do this, it will be easier. Utafeel hata kama nimelose leo, nimeona hii system ina work. But watu wengi wana edge. So akilose ajui kama amelose juu market haimpendi, ama ajui kama amelose juu leo tu ni siku mbaya, ama ni CPI. So they just account their losses for anything apart from the fact that they've never taken time to create an
Study
edge.
the
So
market.
create an edge, it will help you to sharpen your psychology, do journaling, then eventually seek capital. If you get all these things and you do them on a $10 account, it will feel like this advice
It was useless.
you'll say these guys are con men, man. Ati walituambia ati. So hapana. Ma 60 USD wachana nazo. So after all these things, seek capital na ni pole pole. Most importantly, give yourself time. Don't have time limits. Najiambianga, if you really want this, you won't look at it from a matter of 6 months. You just tell yourself, I need to do what I need to do. So many traders focus on the end goal and they don't do what is supposed to be done in the middle. So that's just how I'll advise someone. Na si advice mzuri sana najua because sisi wanaanza najiuliza wewe bana
$10 account
Acha kuwatch. Hajafika hapa.
ameswitch over wanasema jamaa
Advise advice. Mr. Key.
But if you've made it to the end,
yeah.
those are the true ones.
Hey.
That's the reality. You either learn it the hard way ama pia
Usikize hii yetu.
Which we second you. Hata me, everything you've said. Totally. That one is true. Good advice. On one thing I've not heard you mention as we finish. One sentence. What's your take on robots?
Hello traders, this is Taras from Financial Hub, and today I have a Did You Know? So did you know that we have free classes for our course? So the first 2 classes in our modules are free, so feel free to register and enroll. Come get a chance to experience our course, get a chance to experience our office and interact with us, and also meet other traders. So if you're really interested in learning trading, getting into markets, kindly DM us or get a registration link below, and you'll be able to get slotted in for the sessions. Seats are limited, so first come, first served. Welcome. See you here.
Yes, bots, si ndio?
Bots hizi za kuzwa.
I'll just say this. If someone can't show you 5 years of data of that bot, ask yourself why.
Una pesa last month.
Alafu unajua utaniambia 5 years ni mingi. Mwambie yake kwa backtest tuone basi. Because mtu atakwambia hii bot imeanza kazi last year. Market imeexist kutoka 90s ama siku gani. So ask the person, you believe in your system. How much? 20,000? No, pesa si shit. Bring the bot, test it for 5 years. You'll quickly realize after 3 months utakuwa mwesta mingi sana. Unaona? Utajiuliza na singekuwa na 5 tu zingine. Unaona?
Time na do.
You'll quickly realize that none of them is working in the long term.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I've experienced bots myself. I've been one of the people who bought bots in my trading career huko kitambo, and I thought this thing was going. Me I was a fan. And I thought this thing was going to be a game changer. I quickly realized the guys who sell the bots. Let me show you one tactic.
Yeah.
For example, in Telegram, they even give you investor password. You're like, damn, even investor password iko. But you don't realize every week there's a new investor password. Then when they give you the investor password, they tell you it expires in Sunday. It expires by this date. So these guys have many accounts where they run
those simulations.
Na wanaanzanga at different times.
Times.
So kuna time yenye hii yenye ilianza last week, this has been a good week in the market na imefanya some 10% growth. So hiyo ndo wanakuonesha na wanakuambia ina expire by Sunday hiyo link ukitry to click your Facebook haiko tena. So you ask yourself why? Mbona tu mtu asikweke data na kuoneshe this is the system has been working. So long story short, bots won't really help you. Learn how to read price. That's just the whole formula. And again, you could choose to go if you want. It will just take you longer to realize.
Okay.
Yeah, but nothing will change.
But good one, Rick. So where can people find you?
I'm on YouTube. Rick the Trader. Instagram najiita Clinical FX kama kamera itaona, but yeah, Instagram najiita Clinical FX.
Yeah.
Clinical ni kwa sababu we are trying to be clinical in our setups. So clinical just means you are more accurate, trying to you are trying to reduce errors za ufala. So you're trying to be as accurate as possible in your execution, so that's why I came with the name Clinical FX. YouTube basically Rick the Trader. I do a lot of content on trading na prop firms. Sipatangi vizu mingi junaongea ukweli,
Which is good. Hata si atupatangi.
but that is the thing. I like it that way.
Hey, Rick,
Hey man,
Afichangi
unaambia watu ukitrade news hizi ndo possibilities, una gamble. What are you saying? I made money last week, so people don't want such things.
Yes, that's
but,
true.
Also I share a lot of results, which is a good thing, because in this industry is one thing to have content
Yes.
It's another one to also show people your performance, your ups and downs, which I've been doing from the whole of last year until date. Ukisaki to the trade utapata videos mingi sana paka za prop farm, when I made money, when I've lost, all those things. So that's what I do.
So guys, give him a follow. Mbona sisi uko 2000.
Muongezee huyu jamaa views. Anasema anaongea.
Muongezee. He's saying the truth. Hisi uongo.
Before I finish,
we affirm.
I actually have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So in terms of the Forex space, there's this idea where people usually say, I just want to know your thoughts. People usually say, when people talk about mentorship, I understand that mentorship has been destroyed because many people with no results but claiming they can.
Mentor you.
Yeah, many people, some with results, but when you go to their program, they have no time for you. Just do some shoddy stuff. So unapata msako pia na performance lakini ana time yako.
That's true.
Pitisha tu hapo 2 weeks nini.
Anakuambia
Wengine tu wanakomislead kabisa, wanakudanganya wiki 2, unakuja kurealize. So point is, if you put that aside, I've seen many people who have now been convinced that, I always see people saying on YouTube, mentorship is a scam. Jifunze tu Forex na YouTube. What's your thought of just learn Forex on YouTube, everything is on YouTube? What's your thoughts on that? Is it possible? Is it not possible? Myself, I learned through many other things, including YouTube. It was a long process, so I know it's possible. But I just want you to advise mtu kama huyu mwenye na imagine, maybe you can just learn on YouTube. Na utakuwa tu trader mnoma. What do you think about that? YouTube do ati mentorship. Wacha na watu enda tu YouTube kuna kila kitu. What do you think about that?
For me, I think one, you'll spend more time. You'll eventually get there, but you'll spend more time and you'll waste a lot of resources.
Yes.
So like you're saying, if you think about, you have like, let's say 20,000, but let's say you have 100,000 that you have. You have the option of deciding, okay, wacha niende YouTube, ni watch channel yako, nione, Rick anachora support resistance, I start trading that. I can assure you lose money.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
And the biggest risk with that is you lose money, then you decide it's not Rick, it's now Caleb. From Caleb, it's Ken. From Ken, it's Lawi. So you find that eventually you've gone within the circus so long.
YouTube channel
zote, but you own anything tangible. Okay. On the flip side, if you come to someone, a mentor, will tell you, okay, now this is how I trade, this is how you view risk, this is how you view the system. You won't ditch this system as fast as you will ditch a YouTube channel. Okay, you'll stick with the system longer. And by sticking with the system longer or the approach longer, you're likely to grasp the concept faster.
True.
So utapata, like for us, naweza kushow, for most of the students who've come to our program, blowing accounts is not something they do. They still start with losing, but hawatapata 100% loss. Anaelewa risk, anajua, sifai kurisk 5%, sifai kurisk, nafaa kurisk in fact 1. Na nikilose 10, nafaa kukat. Okay? Those are not ideas you'll come across on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you'll find that you've wasted a lot. In fact, for me, I'd say, rather than YouTube, spend time reading books. YouTube, mjamaa amekwekea, I always learn Forex na 20 minutes. Yeah. But a book, if you go and take naked price action, it has 300 pages. True. So you can go through page 1 to 300, come back, page 1 to 300 again. Before you know it, you have a concept, you have an idea, or a book, or any other book that you'll get out there. So you can learn better by going deeper than by just watching YouTube. YouTube is like what you're saying. Like this podcast, you've listened a lot and you might have learned something. But trust me, tujongelea what it takes to trade hapa. We've just spoken about the trading journey.
True.
So you've picked up some few notes, but an edge, okay, what is an edge? Where should I start? Hey, I was told to find an edge. Yeah. Now find it.
Yeah, true. That's a whole
different perspective. But if you come to a mentor, show me your edge. Okay, you start from the daily. This is how you monitor the trend. Yeah. These are the tools you use. These are the conferences you use. So you have a better idea from seeking mentorship than from watching YouTube.
True.
So my perspective would be, you'd rather look for someone, a mentor, even if you'll have to go to 1, 2, 3 mentors. You know, people even say, it's not a must you come to us or you and decide, because I'm not really sure, kama tu shule. So unaweza enda Strathmore na USIU, compare notes, one USIU wanafunza hivi, Strathmore wanafunza hivi. Which one makes more sense? Because you're investing. You know, it's true. You're paying up for something that will get you somewhere in the long run. And if you're willing to partake in the journey, what you're really trying to reduce, I think for me the objective would be, how can I get to the destination in the quickest way possible. But without cheating? That's an important part also. Because if you start cheating, a shortcut, it'll work. But also you can be faster than others. You know, you can be faster than many others. You'll find, like the guy you're saying, probably you started at the same time or you started, but you have developed way faster than him. So what is the difference? You'll find approach and how you look at things. So for me, I'd say the backlash at mentorship in trading comes from that idea that, you know, in trading, people are expected to always make money. So if you're a mentor, you must always make money all month. You must be the guru who doesn't lose.
Money, why are you?
Why are you mentoring? Like, there's a lot too pia within the space zenye imefanya sasa pia ni kama, if you're mentoring, you're not making money. No, you're just sharing.
Never ask a business teacher. You got a true business.
Good point.
Mbona
unanikalisha class? Na umelipa fee. So I don't think the problem really is in mentorship. And I also think the other problem is mentors now who come up. Like for us now, you know, the four of us, the way we're sitting here. If someone tells me he wants to come to you, you tell him go comfortably. Why? I know the amount of time you've been spending on markets. See 1 year or 2 years. Umekuwa kwa markets for around 5-6 years. Okay. So hata kama hujapata bado true success, you have a lot that you can offer someone who's starting. A lot that you can tell someone, unaanza usipite njia.
Actually kwa hiyo point kabla uendelee, what is true success in trading? Is true success getting to a point where you have an edge which is proven to be working and you're building your capital pole? Ama is true success having, you know, the flashy things?
May I say it's true, an edge.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I agree.
If you have an edge and you're now slowly building up the capital, you're there.
Perfect.
In fact, if you understand,
it's just a matter of time.
exactly, it's just a matter of time now. People look at success is a lagging indicator.
True.
Yes.
It's not a leading
Success is
indicator.
lagging.
Yeah, true.
It's lagging. Ni kama hiyo MA.
Hiyo
By the
napenda
time
hiyo.
unipate na Lamborghini bro, hata usitake kulearn from mimi.
Because you don't know what you're doing.
Nimemaliza hiyo story.
Point is, you can't judge success of trading based on, you know, lifestyle. Because some of the best traders hata hawana lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it makes it's lifestyle shouldn't be a filter.
Yeah.
Because lifestyle is gotten even from many other careers. Naweza amua ukue footballer leo na ujaribu kama Messi. Messi anaishi maisha mzuri. You can hip hop, music. Lifestyle unaweza kuwa hata mkora.
In fact, even in trading, if you look at what you're saying, what is flashy is often the wrong thing.
True.
Even like if you look at the YouTube channels for traders in Kenya, there are many people who wametupata kwa hii scene ya kutrade. Yani walitupata, walikana.
Hata hesabu nimeipiga nikasema ukikuwa mselejitu kuinje.
Ni ngumu.
Utapiga hustle
Bas.
But it will explode one day.
True.
There's the dates coming.
But also I can say, when you're legit, you get the right people.
Exactly.
I feel like
That's
ukikuwa mse flashy, you attract everyone. So people come, they start saying, when you mkora, juli wadanganya utaunda pesa next week.
Bas.
No, but when you're legit, you attract few people, but the right people.
Exactly.
Then in a nutshell, what Ken is saying, it's for example, if you we're here in Nairobi, we all want to go to the North Pole. What will you use? What's your first tool? We want to go to North Pole. What's the first tool you look for?
It's what you mean to see. North Pole, nimetoka kwa dunia zaidi, uko kwa Pluto, North Pole.
Aya, we want to go.
Tumia location Nakuru.
Kwenda Wajir. Uko juu. What's your tool? What tool are you looking for?
A vehicle or something.
A vehicle, yes. But utajua juu unaenda towards Wajir.
Umepata gari sasa unaenda
Google Maps ama nini?
Google Maps itakwambia unaenda what direction. What direction?
Point, endelea na hii point kale.
My point is
Anaweza maswali mingi.
you want to go to the North Pole. Utatumia compass.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay. Hata hii itakwambia unaenda towards north ama west wherever. So when you come for training, we're sort of giving you or when you come to a mentor, tunakupea compass. If you go the other direction without a compass, utaenda South Pole na dunia ni round, bado utafika north.
Yeah.
Sawa. Bado utafika north. Okay?
Hapa inabidi hapa rewind asikie mara mbili.
Utazunguka hata unaweza enda west, northwest, utafika North Pole.
Yeah.
You'll take years. And that's what we did because there was no mentor.
True.
Now as a mentor, we're sort of giving you a compass, showing you what not to do and what to do enter that direction. So what Ken is saying, there's no shortcut in trading. Tusemi sasa this is a
So a
shortcut.
mentor is not a shortcut. You still have to put in the work.
Si wewe umemwambia advice ni kazi. Even in class we normally tell people, I know you guys don't like this
I think
class.
ni important wajue hivyo.
Sisi umefikiria nenda North Pole aje. Mimi nimekupea compass, enda. Tupatane huko.
Us.
So
Lazima bado utafute means.
Exactly.
True.
So to still answer that question, I use an analogy. Sasa yangu ni kama tunataka twende airport leo. Saizi.
Na hii airport shafuta.
Lazima tutoke.
Njia ni sawa. The road, si ndio? Mimi naweza amua kushinda nipitie huku chini. Acha nilipe hapa 350 kwa expressway. Ndafika haraka.
Yeah.
Direct. Bullet.
Straight. Ama acha sasa nisilipe 350. Nipambane huko, Haile Selassie huko chini tao.
Uchome mafuta kwa jamba.
Makarao wa kusimamishe.
The distance ni same. Lakini someone else ameamua let me get
pay extra.
Nipate convenience na pia nifike haraka and safely.
True.
So mimi ndo naweza sema like mentorship is basically get on the expressway. Hii ingine pia you can also choose to go the normal way. Utafika bado.
So utafika but itakuchukua too long. Yeah.
Distance ni ile.
You know? Yeah, so distance ni ile but there's a lot of chaos on someone who has been mentored.
So mtaambia je mtu ana pesa ya mentorship. Unajua sasa kuna mtu anasikia anasema mna make sense lakini sasa bro. Mimi mna unajua kuna seka na nyinyi pia mmekuwa hapo. So mtamwambia je like
apambane tu na huko chini. Sasa apambane tu. Utafika tu.
Atumie the free content in the meantime.
Kuna pia a lot of advice they can come for us for.
Oh true.
We have a free ebook which has shortened the curve. We have free course online on our YouTube channel. We have sometimes we host free classes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, we have free classes. We have free psychology sessions. So we still offer things that can still help. Unajua hata
build yourself.
Hata mtu watu akienda hospitali let me use Kenyatta Hospital for example. Kuna watu wako na insurance na kuna watu hawana. But wale hawana pia usaidiwa.
Yeah.
But process yao ni longer. Kuna ule mtu ataingia express direct HDU. I'm not saying to gonjeke but you get my point. Quick access. But wale wengine pia
pole tu.
But watatritiwa take huko ambie waiting. You get my point lakini on a light note. Yeah, so there's still a lot of content. We have a lot of ways you can learn and we are not saying also going alone is impossible. It's just that going together you can move faster. Community like I can hear you saying uko na community such things help because people resonate with one another.
Yeah, true.
Good question.
So we can end there.
Take a stop there. It was a very nice.
Tutaleta Rick part 2.
This was a very humorous episode. I've never had so much fun.
Comment below if you want Rick back. Follow his channel
Rick the Trader. Yeah. Instagram Clinical FX.
Clinical FX. Give him a boost. Traders ni wengi, let's connect more. And we'll be sure to bring Rick back again.
Also, as we finalize, I hope, as we're talking a lot about prop firms, we have a prop firm mentorship or how to basically navigate prop firms. If you really want to learn how to amass capital, scale up capital, you can register. There's a link on the description below. And we'll let you know on when exactly it will be happening.
So guys, like I always say, stay woke. Stay financially literate. See you soon. Nice one, Rick.